Now read and listen to the directions for Part C. Part C. Directions. In Part C of this section, you will hear several talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, you will read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Here is an example. On the recording, you will hear, "Listen to an instructor talk to his class about painting."
Artist Grant Wood was a guiding force in the school of painting known as American Regionalist, a style reflecting the distinctive characteristics of art from rural areas of the United States. Wood began drawing animals on the family farm at the age of 3, and when he was 38, one of his paintings received a remarkable amount of public notice and acclaim. This painting, called American Gothic, is a starkly simple depiction of a serious couple staring directly out at the viewer.
Now listen to a sample question. What style of painting is known as American Regionalist? In your test book, you will read A. Art from America's inner cities. B. Art from the central region of the United States. C. Art from various urban areas in the United States. D. Art from rural sections of America. The best answer to the question, what style of painting is known as American Regionalist, is D. Art from rural sections of America. Therefore, the correct choice is D. Now listen to another sample question. What is the name of Wood's most successful painting? In your test book, you will read A. American Regionalist. B. The Family Farm in Iowa. C. American Gothic. D. A Serious Couple. The best answer to the question, what is the name of Wood's most successful painting, is C. American Gothic. Therefore, the correct choice is C. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Go on to the next page. Questions 39 through 42. Listen to a description of an apartment.
The next apartment that I'd like to show you is one of the larger apartments that we have for rent. This is a 3-bedroom apartment. As you can see, one of the bedrooms is larger, and 2 of the bedrooms are smaller. The kitchen area is large. Because of those windows, it's also very sunny. The stove and refrigerator that you see there are included in the rent. The living room isn't very large, but it does have a fireplace and some nice built-in bookshelves. This apartment is unfurnished, so you'll need furniture. If you have your own furniture already, that's great. If you don't have any furniture of your own, I can show you where you can rent some. Do you have any questions?
Number 39. Who is probably talking? Number 40. How many bedrooms are there in the apartment? Number 41. What is true about the kitchen? Number 42. What is true about the apartment's furniture? Questions 43 through 46. Listen to a talk by a history professor.
In the last class, we talked about the development of the railroad system in the United States. Today, we're going to talk about the development of the subway. I'm going to start with the New York City subway because this was the first subway system in the United States. The New York City subway took quite some time to get started. Beginning in 1870, several private business groups tried to start subway systems in New York City, but these groups were unsuccessful. Finally, in 1900, a former mayor of the city set up the Interborough Rapid Transit Company, or IRT. This company got the present-day system started. 4 years later, in 1904, the first leg of the subway opened. On the first day of operations, in 1904, more than 110,000 people went for a ride on the new subway.
Number 43. What was the topic of the previous class? Number 44. What is the topic of today's lecture? Number 45. What is the lecturer's point about the New York City subway? Number 46. When did the first leg of the subway open? Questions 47 through 50. Listen to a lecture by a university professor.
When scientists are studying animals in the wild, they often want to follow the animal's movements. One way that scientists have often tracked wild animals in the past has been with radio transmitters. A radio collar could be attached to an animal, and the animal could be tracked on a radio receiver. The major problem has been that radio signals weren't very reliable. They could come and go as animals traveled too far. Now, scientists are using a new way to track animals in the wild. This new way of tracking animals uses satellites. Transmitters are attached to animals in the wild, and the transmitters send signals into the atmosphere every few hours. Weather satellites circling the Earth receive the signals from the animals, and scientists get the information from the satellites.
Number 47. What is the topic of the talk? Number 48. How did scientists follow animals in the past? Number 49. What is the new way of following animals? Number 50. In which course would this talk probably be given? Go on to the next page.